going on. But good morning, good morning. I hope you're doing well. This video today is all about if you're desperate, you don't need a man or a woman. And of course, welcome to my channel. Make sure that you, of course, subscribe to my channel. Click that notification bell to receive all the videos I upload. But like I said, today is talking about if you're desperate, you don't need a man or a woman. The main this is a daily vlog, so I won't be teaching much and that kind of thing, but I just want to come on and just, like I said, just talk about this a little bit, because I know a lot of times we, of course, you're dating, you're trying to find a person, you want to get married so quickly, and you want to do all these kind of things, acting very, very desperate for a relationship. At that time, you don't need to get into a relationship with anybody. Desperation leads to probably the worst relationship I'm sure that you'll have, or one of the worst relationships that you'll have. Desperation breeds you dropping your boundaries to just take anybody because you want a man or a woman. And like I said, at some point we have to get smart about not being so desperate or desperate at all when we're seeking partners. You're so desperate to want a partner, you're trying to get married in the next 6 months or have a baby in 2 years or this kind of thing because your parents said so or because that's just your dream and this kind of thing. Just know that dreams are altered at times. Actually, a lot of times. But when you're desperate, you don't want to get out here trying to find a man or a woman. Like I said, you just take any damn thing. Take anything that's going to please you and give you whatever kind of thing you're looking for in that particular relationship. And like I said, that's something that I had to realize back when I was dating, back in my 20s and all those kind of things, and throughout the whole time. Because, of course, I dated my partner that I have now. We've been together, what, let me see, 4 hours. Yeah, I'm bad with dates. 4 or 5 years now. But we, of course, dated in the beginning about a year or so as well. So we can get, of course, I knew him a long time ago. We never did date back then. But I just knew who he was, that kind of thing. And some of the kids I had, being a social worker, I placed the kids at the facility that he worked at. But I still had to learn this person after years and years and years. Well, we didn't stay in contact, but after 20, 30 years, well, 20 years or so, maybe 15, 20 years had passed. A completely different person can be the person that you encounter in 15, 20 years. So, of course, I had to redate him, I guess I put it that way. Date him, try to figure out what kind of person he was. And he had to figure the same thing out about me. I mean, not being desperate, trying to force a relationship or that kind of thing. If so, I'm sure I would have dropped some of my boundaries, would have accepted some of anything, because I was so wanting a man and so wanting a man, this kind of thing. That has never been the case with me. My thing has always been, whether I have one or not, I can care less. I ain't gonna say I can care less. I do love them, that kind of thing. But if I'm single, if I was out here dating, that kind of thing, if I don't get the man that I can care less, I'm fine with that. I know there's other fishes in the sea, is how I always look at it. There's always somebody out there, whether that's in a different state, country, wherever it's going to be. It's always somebody out there, and I don't have to force myself to be in a relationship or to find a relationship in 2 months or just because of this particular thing that I want. I know that goals can be altered. Goals can, of course, be extended or that kind of thing, or even scratched off our list as well. I knew that I didn't have to be desperate, but I know a lot of other women that I know, and men as well, who felt the need to be desperate in order to get into relationships, trying to hurry up things, trying to hurry up things, trying to hurry up things. Now, granted, yes, you can love somebody that much and you want to get married. It is not out of desperation. It could be out of love. But I'm talking about those people who are desperate, meaning that they will take any kind of person just to say this person gonna make them happy, or take any kind of person because they have a house or a car and that's what they need right there at that moment. Take any kind of person because they just want sex all the time or whatever the case is. You don't want to be desperate because, I guess, trying to get in them kind of relationships. Those usually do not last. And if they do, they're usually full of chaos and trauma. Slow it down, y'all, in the dating process. Start to get to know these people that you're trying to, of course, date and get to know and want to love and all this kind of stuff. Start slowing things down. You don't have to hurry up and be so desperate to get in a relationship and be married in 1 month. You can always take your time. You can take 6 months to a year to get to know this person. They say the honeymoon period, and I guess they say, because I mean, I used to work in residential facilities and care homes. I'm not care homes, but Lord, foster care and different things like that. The honeymoon period is what they call it, quote unquote, is usually 3 months. Yes, the person's going to give you all they can, show you who they are, be the best that they can be. But after them 3 months, you'll start seeing the real person that you're actually trying to date and get to know. You'll see that temper come out every once in a while. You'll see that nastiness in their behavior, or in their demeanor, or in the way that they keep a house after those 3 months usually. So give it some time, y'all. Give it 6 months to a year, to, like I said, just to date and see who this person is, and ask the questions that you want to ask of this person, and don't be shy to do so. I'll do another video talking about those questions. The questions to ask when you're dating to get to know somebody. Like I said, you don't want to just run and jump into things, especially if you're leaving out of one relationship. Please don't go jump into another. I know people say is the easiest way for you to get over a relationship is to jump on top of another. That's usually not the real thing that you really need to do, actually. You need to take some time to heal from that relationship, whatever that relationship, if it was any trauma, drama, anything that was going on, the breakup itself. Heal from those things first. Learn some new things that, of course, that the relationship taught you that you implement in the next one. Don't just hop on in the relationship and a week later you and somebody different. Take your time to get to know people, and take your time. The main thing I would say, take some time to get to know yourself, for one. Like I said, hopping back and forth to relationships and being desperate to get into a relationship, you're not even giving yourself time to even know who you are and know exactly what you want out the relationship. The other person's not going to know what you want. You have to tell them these things. What you want in the bedroom and outside the bedroom. All that comes communication, trust, intimacy, all those types of things. You have to know what you want. Not expect that person, you of course are going to get with this person and they're going to figure out what you want because you haven't said anything, because they should just know you already. That's not how a relationship works. It takes communication. It takes communication, understanding, empathy. It takes compromise. It takes all those things. And it's not like your relationship with your parents or your friends or whoever else, family, kids. It's similar, but it's not like that. You have to get to know this person in the bedroom too. What they want sexually, what they like, and what you like as well. If you don't know these things, don't hop into a relationship until you're dating long enough to ask these questions of this person. Y'all can have them conversations. Me and my partner definitely had these conversations. I'm not afraid to ask any damn thing. That's just me. I want to get a chance to know who you are so I can make sure I'm making the right decision that I can think of, and the best decision for my life. That you're going to be the kind of partner that I can, of course, live with, be with, and build with. Not just somebody that I can just have sex with, or somebody I can just stay with because they got a house or a nice house or a car or whatever it is. Even though the material things I really don't care about, but still. Not when it comes to choosing a partner to begin with. What I care about is all the inner things. Like I said, the integrity and the character really matter to me. Those are on the top of my list, and communication as well. If you ain't got them 3 things, I might even willing to even sit down on a date to even talk to you. What is the point? But like I said, the same thing. I have my little top 3. You have to figure out what your top 3 is, so that you can slow things down and not be so desperate to get into a relationship. Like I said, desperation breeds trauma and drama inside relationships. I've had that happen, and I've seen others have that happen as well. With my family, friends, and of course clients I work with. And like I said, we have to learn how to slow it down and actually date people to actually get to know these folks. And they have to get to know us too. You have to be willing to be vulnerable and open to, of course, answer the questions that they're going to ask you as well. And not just hide things and want to just overlook things because you don't feel like talking about it, or you don't feel it's necessary until after you get married. There is no after you get married anything. It's the dating process that really matters, whether you're marrying the right person or getting with the right person or not. What's the point of hiding things and not talking about things until you get married? Then here comes a totally different person. You're like, what the hell's going on? They only want to have kids. You should have asked that when you were dating, in the dating process. I always talk about kids and all that kind of stuff, family, all those type of things. If that person don't want kids and you do, then why in the world would you even get married to the person? Why in the world would you even hook up with the person? I was in a relationship. I guess I'll put that up, which I've talked about it before too. But my last partner, I let him know that I didn't want any kids at all. But he, of course, let me know that he did. But he'll, of course, I forgot because this was over 8, 9, 10 years ago. But I let him know, like I said, that I didn't want any kids, but he, I guess deep down, did want kids. Of course, I tried to bring it up many a times. He kept saying that was fine and this kind of thing, and he'll, I guess, just go with the flow with it and that kind of thing as well. But then we broke up. That was one thing that he, after about like 7.5 years, I'm like, okay, well, you knew I didn't want kids to begin with. What did you think was going to happen? And he claimed he thought I was going to change my mind, this kind of thing. But if that's something I'm standing on, that is something I'm the kind of person, whatever I say is, that's what I say. I'm not going to go back on my word and say, oh, now I want kids because I'm with you. If that's not what I want, that's not what I want. And like I said, I told him at that time, if you wanted this, you could have found somebody else and left me alone and been honest in the beginning from the get-go, instead of I'll just go with the flow and that's fine, I understand, this kind of thing. No, it's not fine and you don't understand. Like I said, we have to get to the bottom of things sometimes. And sometimes, like the example I just gave for my relationship, sometimes you try to get to the bottom of things and sometimes the person is still not being honest. Sometimes that is going to happen in your relationship. You just have to know what to do at that present time. Whether you're going to stay in that relationship or whether you're going to go. We actually broke it off at that point. Because there was other things going on, not just the kids and that kind of thing, but other things going on as well. But like I said, we have to get smarter, y'all. Learn how to ask the questions. Learn how to date first. Don't just hop into these relationships just because you want a relationship or you want kids or you want to have sex or you want a woman that has a house and a car already because you staying with your mama, you ain't got one. Don't just hop into these relationships like that. Take the time to get to know these people. Don't be desperate, y'all. And with that, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And thank you, Happy Guy and One Life Man, for tuning in. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you so much for, of course, being on this video. And I hope that I said something this morning that may have struck a light bulb in your head or just made you think about your either current or future relationships that you're trying to get into. So with that, I want to say thank you all again, and those who listen to the replay as well. I hope that I said something again that you can carry on to your current or your next relationship. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. My name is Tonetta Clay. I'm a social worker, certified life coach. And of course, if you need my services, need to talk these things through with somebody, I guess I put it that way, when it comes to dating and relationships and knowing what you want and knowing who you are, that kind of thing, definitely reach out to me and let me know. I'll put a link in the description of this video, in the description of the video, so you can reach out to me and work with me one-on-one. So with that, I want to say thank y'all again. Peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.